Hello, everyone, and welcome to another podcast for the Future Hospitality Summit Africa, the former AHIF podcast, the Africa Hospitality Investment Forum. I'm here today with Khalil Manji from CHIC, a partner at CHIC, to talk about all things DRC related, I imagine, and development related in the country. Khalil, welcome to the podcast today.
Thank you, Matthew. Thank you for the opportunity.
First of all, do tell us a little bit about the work that your organization does and where it operates and where it doesn't operate and the type of work that you're up to.
Sure. No, so CHIC was established in 2017 in the DRC. It was a brainchild of 3 serial entrepreneurs, all in different fields, but we had some common fields as well. We're always doing real estate and construction together. And then, we just thought that hospitality, we've got the resi, we've got the commercial. Hospitality was just the next step. We had our own construction team, so it was easy. And we just wanted to fill a gap in DRC. We kept on having issues putting people in decent hotels. Back in 2017 until 2023, all you had in Congo were 5-star hotels. And very pricey as well, and quality was okay. And then we said, look, we always have issues whenever we've got visitors, whether it's family, friends, suppliers, staff. So we said we need to take matter into our own hands, and that's how this idea came up to do, business-oriented hotels, mid-scale hotels for ourselves. And then we said that if we've got that issue, others will also have that issue. So this is where really it came from, and we decided to do very nice hotels, top of the line, respect every rules, the norms, and I think that's what we achieved, and it speaks for itself now.
And what's the portfolio look like today in regards to the hotel bit?
Yeah. So in Congo right now, we have the vision of doing 5 hotels. We signed with the Accor Group for 5 distinct hotels, out of which 2 are already open. One in Kinshasa, where I'm sitting right now. We've got 115 keys. There's another one that opened last year in May in Lubumbashi with 120 keys. Our third one will be opening up, if all goes well, inshallah, in June. In Kolwezi. That's another Novotel with 116 keys. And before the end of the year, we'll have our second property in Kinshasa. That's going to be an Ibis Styles in Kinshasa, downtown on the main boulevard. You can't miss it. That's going to be 171 keys. And then the 5th one is supposed to open next year in Goma, but with the situation right now, we've kind of put a hold on that. But the structure is done and we're ready to press play as soon as things settle down, and then we'll get it done quite quickly.
And what's the typical structure of the deals here? Are you the sole developer investor, or are you looking to partner? What is your sort of wish and development plan for future hotels?
So right now it's just the 3 of us. We're 3 partners. We are co-investors, and we fund all our projects. We haven't gone out to really look for investors. But some people have approached us in the past, and we've looked at it. I don't think it is a bad idea, especially when you've got people from the field with a know-how that we might still lack. People with connections with brands, how to really work better with the brands. So we're open to it, but we haven't really done any homework on that.
Okay, and I suppose with the route you took into hospitality being sort of set by demand and vision from other sectors, are you also looking at other types of projects that serve the DRC community, for instance, co-living, co-working, or are you sort of straight hotel assets? Do you see opportunity in other commercial asset classes as well, or are you sticking now to these 3 asset classes?
No, it's 100%. We're looking at every other asset class. We've done our homework in co-working. We've spoken to the big guys as well. I think there is a need for it. There's a player that's already in the market right now. It's non-branded. They did it on their own. But I think that there is a plus with having branded co-working, branded co-living as well. So we've looked at it. Right now, we've got our hands full with these 5 properties. But eventually, once it stabilizes and we are comfortable in what we've done and how we work with the brands, I think we'll start exploring all the other ones. And there's everything needs to be built in Congo. Everything needs to be built or rebuilt. But these are new asset classes, so they will have to be built. And we're keen on doing that. We're really keen on doing that.
So you're diversifying in product, but are you diversifying in geography, or are you always going to be stuck sort of looking at the DRC market, or is there a plan to sort of look outwardly in the future as well? Or
Yeah, no, we've been approached by friends and family and partners from neighboring countries. So yes, we are looking at other countries within Africa. I think that there's a lot of potential and there's attraction building right now with Africa. Things are changing. There is a boom in several sectors and there's a boom in several countries as well. And people are tired of always going to the same places and they want to try something new. And Africa has a lot to offer. Every single country is different. Every culture is different. People tend to group Africa as one big country. It's not. It's a massive continent with a massive population, with different languages, different cultures, different religions. You name it. I mean, I remember once I did 5 countries in 5 days, and every country was just different. And it was a fantastic experience. So yes, we are looking at other countries in Africa, but right now we are focusing in Congo. There's a huge demand here. We understand the Congolese market, the issues, the pros, the cons. So I think it's normal for us to really focus on DRC, especially since there's still much more space for other potential hotels, and we've got the structure as well.
so tell us about that. Obviously, we're not DRC experts here. You certainly are, and you know the ticket. Why would what draws you and other investors to the DRC? What's propping it up? Why is it such an exciting market? And give us an overview. DRC probably sounds. I mean, I think it was the heart of darkness, wasn't it? In that sense of mystery and intrigue. So tell us a little bit about it and why it's such a buoyant market for you.
No, look, we've been established in the DRC for 5 generations. For us, it's home. We know DRC. We live DRC. I mean, I've got my kids over here. So for us, it's home. So it's only normal for us to really focus on the DRC. In terms of what is attractive, I mean, the people are fantastic. The people are absolutely fantastic. Yes, there is the darkness part, as you mentioned it. But once you are here, once you live here, once you know people here, you see there's much more to that. There are pockets where there are issues. We're very rich of minerals and everybody wants those minerals. So you've got, external players try to get in and try to take the advantage of such a vast country. We've got over 100 million people. Kinshasa, where I'm sitting right now, we've got over 20 million people with a very young population. And these guys are hungry. They want what they see on TV. They want what they see on MTV and social media. So I think that because of that yearnness of wanting what they see, they're willing to put in the work. They're willing to put in the work, and we have to piggyback off that and say, look, guys, let's do it together. We're rich in minerals. If there things change, we could be the richest country in the world, and I believe that we can get there. So there is a lot of investment coming in. So because of that investment coming in, we are building more infrastructure and branded infrastructure. As you said, people see this dark hole when they think about Congo. We see it as an opportunity and a country as economic opportunity. And some people do feel the same. So when they come to a country like this, it's already a risky move for them to come in because they see and they hear what we all hear in the news. So we're trying to alleviate or reduce that risk by saying, come, there's a Novotel over here. There's an Ibis. The brand, we respect, FLS and all the other rules and regulations, just like we have in Europe and the developed world. At least that risk is mitigated. That, from the airport to here, You get to the hotel, you're in a safe place. And then, you look outside and you see how to do your work. But at least we want to really reduce that risk. And yes, there's plenty of things to do. There's plenty of things to build. And the opportunities are endless.
Returns in the market, what are your expectations on the assets that you own? What sort of returns are you expecting over the next 4 or 5 years?
I'll be very honest with you. The returns of a hotel versus the returns of a resi or a commercial building are far from each other, right? I would make more money on the resi and on the offices than I'm doing on the hotel. But there's a bigger picture of this. We've been in this country for over 100 years. We need to give back to this country. And how do we give back to this country is to build infrastructure, to improve the quality of life for people that live in this country by giving them jobs in a safe environment, and also to improve the quality of life that people that come into our establishments. So I think that's key. So it's just more than just return on investment. It's also, improving the quality of life. The second thing is that if we basically improve the infrastructure of the country, more people will come in, more investment will come in, and then our other business will also strive. So we're looking at these two viewpoints.
The bigger picture in that sense.
Exactly, the bigger picture.
You talk about the people, obviously operating in a country like the DRC is going to have its challenges. How does the talent piece fit in for you? Obviously, there's hungry people out there in the sense of they want to earn and do things and so on. But you're also saying that there's probably a workforce that needs training and developing and so on. So how do you balance that? And are there any other challenges other than people that appear in the DRC market?
No, human resource is a massive challenge. There's no doubt about it. The culture of service really still needs to be developed. Unfortunately for us, although we're part of the East African community, the rest of East Africa has these established institutions that train people. You go to Kenya, fantastic schools where people can learn everything from being a chef to a manager to front office. So we don't have that. So we need to train our staff. And this is what we do prior to opening a hotel is we start 6 months ahead, training, mentoring, developing talent. Retention is not easy because once they are trained, they get, poached left, right, and center. And we saw it over here as well when we opened Kinshasa. We saw it in Lubumbashi as well. So there's a need for talent. We spend a lot on that, and people take advantage of that and poach our people. But look, we're not going to stop it. I think that whether they stay with us or not, we've changed their lives. They've got more capacity, more knowledge, and it's only better for them and to improve their quality of life. But yes, it is a very, very difficult aspect of running a hotel because you can have the best property, the best rooms, the best technology, but if the service is not there, people don't want to come back to your hotel. And for that, we've done quite well, and we continue to do what we need to do to offer the best service in our properties.
How have you tried to retain? What's the strategy behind keeping this talent for longer?
Look, continuous development, continuous mentoring, continuous training is key. And people understand that. The hotel has been open in Kinshasa since September 2023. And we've seen people moving out happening less and less. So I believe the culture that we're instilling in the property, the environment that they're working in is hospitable for our clients and for themselves as well. So I think they want to stay in such an environment because we offer much more than just, a paycheck at the end of the week.
You mentioned technology as well. Tell us a little bit about that side of things and how you're sort of pushing the envelope a little bit.
No, technology is key. We're about to open Kolwezi and my guys are sending me bills of, all this app and this software and this. And I keep on saying this is too much. This is mind boggling. But then when we look at the numbers and the difference it makes in our budgeting and our finance, it's night and day. So we're all about technology. We're we're signing up for all the pluses and the optional things on the Accor menu, and it's helping us a lot. So AI is key. I think AI gives us fantastic reports that makes us gain time to in the decision making. So I think it is key for anybody that wants to be in this market, in this environment, to adopt all the technology that is available for us. And it's changing daily, and we've got guys on a daily basis actually looking at what else can we implement in order to make our lives a bit better, our financial returns a bit better, and also the life of our employees, because it helps them do their job even better.
So moving sort of forward for the business and looking at Africa as a whole, what would be your sort of advice for other developers within Africa? Obviously, as you say, it's a big continent, different countries, different cultures, and so on. But what would be your general rule of thumb advice that you would give other developers?
Patience and be strong. It's not an easy continent. It's getting easier, but there are things that, the culture is different. So somebody coming from Europe or North America will have a tough time adapting unless maybe he's got a local partner. And even then, local partner is important, but you have to find the right local partner. So trust the local partner with a history behind them, right? It's easy to be fooled. So I would say look at what they've done in the past and the consistency. And then really patience, and having a team on the ground. It's sometimes very costly to have boots on the ground, professionals on the ground. One of the things we learned from this whole experiment is that we brought in the professionals, the asset manager, the project directors, a bit late. And I wish I had brought them way ahead of time, and I think it would have solved a lot of issues that we're facing, or we faced along the lines. So I think having professionals from the get-go is key, and for them to analyze it, they know the business, and then you're going to have people, locals, to maneuver and to navigate the local administration and the local culture. So I think that's key. Don't think that you're coming in from the West and you know everything. That doesn't work.
And one of the topic that you're discussing at FHS Africa this year is about getting things open. You're actually looking at realization of projects. What do you? I mean, I think you intimated it there, is get your structure in place and get the right people in place. But what do you think Africa has to sort of get done to increase the success of hotel projects?
Look, I think governmental reforms are key, and I think we're moving in the right direction. The ease of doing business in Africa, like you've got in some countries like the UAE, I think we're still far from that, but it's getting better. And there are professionals here that can help you do that. And I think I would depend a lot on these professionals that are already, in country to assist you and to help you navigate that. And then it doesn't hurt having a local partner. I think that's key. But yeah, I mean, there's still a lot to do, and being in country for over 5 generations helps. Having our own infrastructure helps. But for newcomers, they're going to have to build all of that. They would have done that in the early 2000s. It would have been much different. Today, it's much easier.
Well, Khalil, thank you so much for your time today, and thank you for joining us on this podcast. I look forward to seeing you in a couple of months in Cape Town. And thanks again for all your support at CHIC, and look forward to working with you in the future.
Thank you, Matt, and thank you for the opportunity to help out with FHS, and we're glad to be part of the team.